There we go. Ooh, buddy.
$5 rockers. Stainless steel.
Maybe. Alright, so today's the day. We are headed over to the shop. Me and Meatball. And Mallory's here too. But then I would have to turn the whole camera and everything. Me and Meatball just fit in this picture. We're gonna head on over to the shop and unload the big block. Kind of maybe go through it. I don't know. We're dealing with some time issues today, so we're gonna get it figured out. But finally back home. I took yesterday kind of off because I didn't get home till like 5 in the morning from Georgia, and that was just ridiculous. So I caught up on some sleep, got some stuff done around the house, and now it's time to go unload this thing and kind of see what we're working with, because he gave me boxes filled with stuff and I never looked at any of the boxes. He kind of told me a couple things, but I think there's still a few surprises waiting for us. What do you think, Meatball? New engine for your race car? Yes. Is it going to be fast?
Yes.
You want to say hi to the people? Hi, people. Woo! Oh, almost. Yep, that last one. There we go. Think this thing's strong enough to lift it?
I was about to ask you the same thing. God damn, can't really truck no more. Truck muscle, right?
Yep. That's up in the air.
Just set her right in there.
Yeah. No, but I am going to do this.
Definitely the nicest engine we could ever work.
Yeah. Just in case it does fall. So it doesn't
Fall far.
Right, it's not going to. If it falls from here.
Beautiful.
Good? Perfect.
Huh?
There we go. Ooh, buddy.
$5 rockers. Stainless steel. And
Huh?
and they're complete.
Yep. Dual springs. Roller rockers. The girdle.
I said $4.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
smart thinking.
she never would have. You'd been like, nah. She loosened right up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hear all that air coming out there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I feel it.
All right. That looks nice too. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how to put any of this meeting.
probably check the lash and everything. But
Probably way off.
What?
It's 24.
there's 24. No, even more than that. that the biggest my feeler gauge goes to?
You can add 2 of them here.
You're stacking.
You mean
I don't know what they're supposed to be at, so
Right.
this
Well, they
information
should
tells
give
us.
you-
That's pretty wide.
That is, yeah.
Even back
I
in the
know,
day
like,
when I worked on big blocks.
Dwayne's
They're
truck is
24.
22 and 18.
32.
Jesus Christ.
Don't play with that. It's gonna fall.
Here's some shit you never thought you would have saw me doing. You don't have to do this with an LS, bud. You don't do this.
Well, with a solid, you will.
Yeah. So what we're trying to figure out now is I talked to Pete from Hughes and I was asking him about, you know, the converter choice for this. I said, believe it or not, that one we sent you for the LS will actually probably work really well with this combination. And if you guys remember, when I had it in the Nova, it was always too tight because I just never made enough power. This thing makes enough power. So we're trying to see now if it'll actually fit in here and work like it's supposed to, or if I got to send it back for a modification. But either way, we should have a good converter for this.
You're good.
All right, so also with the motor, Daniel gave me a bunch of boxes, or a few boxes with some stuff, and I didn't really have a chance to look at it that night. If you guys watched the video, I know Daniel got called into work that day. He was tired, so we weren't sitting out there screwing off all night. We were just getting stuff done. But we've got a starter, so that's going to be super important. Water pump, electric water pump. I guess at some point he was planning on going nitrous because we've got some plates, and what's going to end up happening actually is I've already put in a call to Nitrous Express, and Nitrous Express is putting together a super badass nitrous kit for us, and we're going to be able to spray up to 500 through this thing. I don't know where we can get that high, but it'll be there if we want it. MSD Pro Billet distributor, going to be a huge help. Look at that, all the wires, Taylor wires, already loomed and everything. Spacer, Bill's probably going to really want this on. Vacuum nipple on it. Little breather, some plugs. I don't know if these are old or new. Looks like some index washers. We're definitely going to need those. And then, oh, look at that. MSD coil. We're definitely going to need that. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to need to make the big block run, I guess we've already got. This will be the big thing here. MSD Digital 7. I have no idea anything about this, but I guess we're going to learn. It can't be, actually that's not true, because Junior's car I think has something similar, or a lot of people have been using the MSD stuff for years. I've been in a couple of those computers, but it'll definitely be a new learning curve. Like the big thing is that every new software you get, like when you get the Holly and all this, that, and the other, everything's just laid out differently. Like just trying to find what you want to do. That's where a lot of the learning curve is, just figuring out where everything is in the programming, you know, how to get there, how to make the changes that you want to make without it affecting anything else. And then, I guess here, oh buddy, whoo, oh, that's like the world's largest carburetor. This thing is massive though. Holly Dominator. I believe it's a 1050. Looks like they got an 88 jet and an 86 jet in here. Should probably be. I was actually watching a video and somebody, it was the LS Nasty guy. They had a big block Nova that they brought over. It broke the dyno or whatever on spray, and the guy was saying that what a lot of people will do is they'll add some fuel to the back side of the carb for the back cylinders, and apparently, allegedly, I don't know, we're gonna have to ask Bill. That guy said it's like an old wives' tale, that it doesn't matter, and when they squared up the jets in the front and the rear, it actually ran better and it got into the AFR they needed. So that'll be something we have to play with, but that's gonna be, look, see, I've been researching about carburetors. See, I've been learning, or at least trying to get it figured out. Now, actually, watching that video was a huge help because they were physically changing the jets, showing the AFR reading, showing how it, you know, kind of explained how it worked and everything. And it made me realize that this is a lot more simple than I thought it was. You know, obviously there's complex things and everything else, but that's why we'll have Bill. But I'm feeling more and more comfortable about using it, knowing how to change it, what to do with it, all that kind of stuff. So I guess now the big thing that the motor's home is, obviously you can see we just kind of checked the lash a little bit just to see where it was at, and it seems a little loose. It's a little too much. Now I don't know where the lash should be at for this cam and everything else, but I'm sure that there's probably some sort of a baseline that we can start with and work from there. And you know, there's going to be a few phone calls and FaceTimes and everything just to try to get this figured out. But I don't know, Bill might tell me don't touch any of it until it gets there. I think the big... Alright, so the other camera died in the middle of that sentence, but we were like really close to the end. And the goal is going to be get all the chassis stuff done in the Nova. I got to do subframe connectors, I got to do the aluminum subframe bushings, you know, maybe start working on something, the fuel tank, I'm not sure. The problem is I have to go travel for work the next 2 weekends in a row, so it's going to be kind of hard to do things. But I need to get as much of this done and get everything over to Ohio so I can get up with Bill and Billy and we can finish it out. I think Bill has already found a set of headers for this thing, and you know, now obviously there's a few things I'm going to need. Probably I can see already an alternator. I mean, well, we got a water pump, so really all I need is an alternator and that pulley on the crank. So unfortunately, the camera kept cutting out when we brought the big block home, so we didn't get to wrap up that part of the video. I don't know where we were at. It doesn't matter. Long story short, I ended up having to fly to North Carolina to do some work for Hot Shot Secret up there for the weekend. Got that all wrapped up and then came home Sunday night and only had Monday and Tuesday to get anything done. Now I have to fly out Wednesday, which is tomorrow, early to get down to No Mercy. I got to go work again. Then I come home. Then we go to Ohio. I think that's the plan, right? That's at least the plan for the next couple weeks. But I did want to get a couple things done before we went out to Ohio. Now, this is not the final resting place and everything else, but I guess it's okay to show you guys. The big block is in. Fit like a glove. No BS. Put it in there. First shot. Moved it around a little bit. Wiggled it in. It went right into place. It was like it's meant to be. It's crazy. I've never had an engine go in that easy, and this one just fell right into place. Like, finally said thank you. Thank you for doing something with me. Now, other thing, I don't know if I can show you guys, but the suspension, it's hard to do with one hand, but the suspension still seems to be reacting well, even with the extra weight. I've got a set of double adjustable Vikings coming for the front, so we'll do that. I know there is a big boy nitrous kit that has been put together by Nitrous Express, and it's over in Ohio waiting for me. So the game plan is going to be, now that I've got this together, kind of wrap up a few things, clean out the car, so when I get back from Georgia, I can take it to Ohio, and then me and Billy and Bill and the gang at SRC are going to make this thing run. We're going to throw a SHITBOX Snow Prep weekend race, which is going to be awesome. And hopefully, I'm hoping that it probably won't be running and driving and everything by the SHITBOX Snow Prep race, but maybe the week after. And hopefully it does, because then there's some events in November that I want to hit. I don't know that I can talk about all of them yet and everything. We'll get there. But look at this thing. We just need to take some time to appreciate what is this big block in here. Now, you guys will see when we get to Ohio. There's some, stuff planned. Apparently, Uncle Terry at Jags has some headers that they ordered in and are sitting on the shelf for us waiting. So the motor and trains is kind of in right now. The torque converter's not in, and I got to cut the snout off the converter, and then we'll be able to get that in. But that's all okay, because we'll probably end up pulling the motor back out because I want to do the aluminum subframe bushings. As you guys can see, them subframe bushings, let me see if I can zoom in on one. Them subframe bushings are probably original OG and have seen better days. So we will get that. We will get the headers. I already have a water pump, a starter, a carb, but all kinds of stuff. But I know we're going to be probably making a few trips to Jags, or hopefully just 1 or 2 trips to Jags to get it all done. Now you'll also notice that my old wheels are back on. That's on purpose. So the new wheels that I have that match the backs, those wheels have a 26-inch tire on them, and it really needs to be a 28 with the big block and everything that we've got going on. So I'm either going to pull those wheels off the truck and take them with me and just get some 28-inch tires when we're in Ohio, or those wheels are cheap enough. I don't know. I'll see how much money I got. Maybe I'll just get a whole nother set. But man, look at how good that thing looks in there. I cannot get over it. So that's going to be it for this video. Obviously, I've got a lot of work to do. We didn't get a lot of work done, but just know my schedule is going to be freeing up here in a little bit. We'll have a lot more time for my own projects and everything else, and to take this thing across the country and race, because now I feel like we're going to have something that's going to be small tire, no prep competitive. Back half of the track, really crappy surface. Front half of the track stuff probably still isn't going to work that well for us, just because even with the nitrous, everything full tilt. I mean, I'll give you guys the nitrous info when I get to Ohio and I unbox it all, and we'll talk about what I got and why and all that. But probably still won't be able to pull the mile an hour and all the stuff and the speed I need to compete front half of the track, no prep, but back half, that's where this thing's gonna shine. And honestly, who knows, maybe one day we'll get to a day where the channel does well enough, everything's going well enough that I can do like Billy and build a specifically front half of the track, no prep kind of vehicle, like what his Black Nova is supposed to be. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for staying patient, staying tuned in, everything. I really appreciate it. The Nova, next time you guys see a video, is probably going to be when I take it to Ohio. So it's going to be at least a week. I know it sucks. I've been, down on videos, but just I've been trying to get work done, and sometimes that gets in the way. It is what it is. But next time you guys see it, we'll be in Ohio at SRC Garage with this thing, putting it together, getting it ready to get fired up and start tearing some asses up and no prep. That's the game plan anyway. But I'll catch you guys later. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll go live, or maybe we'll do something else like when we first get to Ohio. But I know I've got the nitrous kit there. There's a lot of information I got to go over that. We're going to be working on this. There's probably going to be quite a few videos. And don't forget, October 23rd and 24th, no prep weekend at Pacemaker's Dragway, SHITBOX no prep weekend. And we haven't announced this yet, but I guess I can do it in the video. Friday night, we're going to do a free entry, $500 payout, and the winner gets entry into pro small tire class on the weekend. So Friday night, 28, 10, 5, anything on 28s, doesn't matter. Pro class, amateur class, doesn't matter. You're just going to pay, the tech card fee at the gate, but no entry, free $500, and that's sponsored by Snake Eater Performance. So I want to give a huge shout out to them guys. So if you guys were planning on coming to that weekend, we're going to add the Friday date, and there's going to be a $500 free entry race, anything on 28s. If you win, you'll get $500 courtesy of Snake Eater Performance, and we're going to buy you in to Pro Small Tire for the weekend on Saturday. So it should be a really good time. Hopefully I'll see you guys out there. I don't know how much video we're going to get out there because I'll be running the event. It's going to be really hard to do, and I probably won't be racing, but it'll be a good time. There's lots of stuff coming. BBNBC, I'm out.